Hello, everybody, and today for Batman the Animated Series, I'm reviewing Zatanna. So, this is technically the first appearance of a DC character in this show that's not related to Batman. Well, kind of. It's up for interpretation, but Zatanna is easily one of my favorite magician characters of the entire DC saga, and this is definitely a memorable first appearance. Since I think this is her only appearance in this show, she does make a cameo in the new Batman Adventures, but she would later go on and appear in Justice League, where they gave her more stuff to do. And I gotta say, this is easily one of my favorite episodes of the show. Honestly, it'd be an honorable mention, but this episode is where Zatanna gets framed for stealing a bunch of money at a charity auction she was doing her show at, and it's up for Batman to team up with her and find out what's really going on. And it actually turns out that Zatanna is an old lover for Bruce, as during his training, he learned basically escape artism with Sahara, I think that's his name, the father of Zatanna. It was cool to even see his character, since he is the one that helps Zatanna become who she is today. But it turns out he does pass away later on, as it's revealed. But it's nice to see Bruce find someone that he feels he could have some connections with. This is before he met Andrea Beaumont. We can tell his hair is different. He's got his younger voice. That's what Kevin Conroy did when voicing him. But basically, they were before Bruce decided to leave for Japan. He basically says goodbye to Zatanna and even calls her Xana. And she actually manages to handcuff him to a pole, but of course he escapes. But once the flashback's over, Zatanna does get arrested after trying to perform a trick, making money in the vault disappear and then reappear. But because the trick didn't work, she ends up getting arrested, and Batman eventually does suit up, and he's able to find her, and that's where they do team up. And this whole episode is them trying to figure out who is behind this. And it's revealed to be an evil, I forget his name, but he's this evil dude, rich dude, who wants the money for himself, and he's planning to ship it in a gigantic plane. But when Batman and Zatanna do track him down for some evidence, they end up getting trapped in a little death trap. But Zatanna's able to use one of her magician spells to escape. It's not really for certain if she's actually using magic in this episode, if she has like the mystical powers, and unlike in the Justice League show. But she is able to escape. But the two end up getting recaptured, chained up. And this is where Batman does slightly reveal who he is, since he didn't even tell her that he was Bruce Wayne, since he was going on with a different identity in the flashback. But they managed to unhook their handcuffs with a few pins, I'm pretty sure. And they get thrown out the plane, but they manage to grab a little ladder thing. And the criminals try to chase them down, but they of course fall down. And Batman does save them, of course, but they get on top of the plane until they get back in, and they manage to take the main gang dude down. And he actually does say detective, which is like a slight reference to Ra's al Ghul, or by coincidence. There was also, I forgot to also mention, there was a Joker reference too, where they were playing with their card tricks, and there's a Joker card, which I thought was cool. But the two managed to take him down, and Zatanna has a good line where she says, "That's magic" or something. But the episode does end on a good note, as Zatanna is cleared of her charges, and she manages to say goodbye to Batman when they meet up at the Batmobile, and she does figure out that Batman was that mysterious friend he had all those years ago. She even gives him an autographed photo of one of her shows, And that's that episode. So this episode was definitely really good for a first appearance for Zatanna. I thought it was cool to see another DC character in this show, since it wasn't really established at the time if there were other DC characters. I mean, there was references to Star Labs, but we didn't see characters like Superman, Green Lantern, Flash, until we saw them in like Superman the Animated Series, and then eventually Batman came back in the new Batman Adventures, and eventually that's what created the DCAU. So this is like an early start to it, if you really think about it. But Zatanna's design looks super great. I always thought she looked cute. But I really like her appearances in Justice League Unlimited. Whenever I do review Justice League, I'll definitely talk about the Zatanna episode. That's probably not going to be for a little while, but I'm really hoping it goes well. So I'm going to definitely give this episode probably an 8 out of 10. So the next episode, I don't know what it is, but we'll have to wait and see. That's what I said last time. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.